Kaibutsu x Jerome AU, Very Hot by Digzu. Many years ago, there was a secret lab into Oahu Mountains. In the lab, many bad people experimented on animals and turned them into mutants. One of these animals was a dog named Kaibutsu. They put human genes in him as an experiment, and he turned part human. Alright, we know this because bad when I'm losing it after the first sentence. His body changed and he became two-legged and started looking like a person, but he still had his head and tail and fur. Basically, he became a furry, but he was mad that the scientists experimented on him, so he killed a bunch of them and ran away. To surviving scientists sent some guard dogs to kill him, and those dogs were led by a German shepherd named Jerome. But even though Jerome was supposed to kill Kaibutsu, he secretly loved him. One night when the other guard dogs were asleep, Jerome sneaked away to see Kaibutsu. He didn't want to fight anymore, and he also wanted to confess his failings to Kaibutsu. He found Kaibutsu deep in the forest. Jerome blushed a little when he saw how hot Kaibutsu's muscular body looked under the moonlight. Kaibutsu growled when he saw him, but Jerome said, "Wait, I didn't come here to fight. I don't want to hunt you anymore." And Kaibutsu looked confused, and Jerome continued with tears in his eyes. "The truth is, Kaibutsu, I love you." Then Kaibutsu cried too. He said, "I can't believe it, Jerome, I love you too." They both cried happy tears, and then they hugged and kissed. After they make up for some time, Jerome noticed Kaibutsu's stick. What the fucking stick thing again? Like most of his body, it was like a human's, so it was much bigger than Jerome's dog stick. Jerome blushed again. "What is it?" Jerome asked when he saw that Kaibutsu asked when he saw that Jerome was getting red. "Your stick is so beautiful," Jerome said, and Kaibutsu blushed too. "It's like a human's, that's cool," he added. "Yeah, of course it is. The scientists experimented on me to turn me into a human sex slave." "So they needed to give me a human stick," Kaibutsu said. "That's not very nice," Jerome said with a frown, and hugged Kaibutsu in a comforting way. "Yeah, but now I'm free, and you're here," Kaibutsu said with a smile and licked Jerome's nose, and Jerome blushed and laughed and they kissed again. After they stopped kissing, Jerome said, "Oh, Kaibutsu, you're so sexy, man." Kaibutsu grinned and asked, "You want to do sex with me, Jerome?" And Jerome blushed again and felt all weird, and before he knew what he was saying, he said, "No, not just sex. I want to have your babies, Kaibutsu." Kaibutsu looked confused and said, "But Jeremy, we're both male. We can't make babies, and I have a human stick. Even if you were a bitch, it wouldn't work." But Jerome started crying and said, "But you're so sexy. I can't stand it. I need to have your babies." Kaibutsu felt bad. He knew it was impossible, but Jerome was so sad that he felt he needed to do something. After listening to Jerome cry for an hour, he suddenly smiled because he'd got an idea. "Oh wait, don't cry, my love. I know what we can do," Kaibutsu said, hugging Jerome and wiping his tears off. "I know how you can have my babies," he said, and Jerome stopped crying. "Really? What's that?" he asked with very hopeful eyes. Then Kaibutsu pulled out a glass bottle with some glowy purple liquid in it. I stole this from the lab when I escaped. Oh my god, my dog is licking me as I'm reading this. Peggy, get down. Peggy! Get down! Jesus Christ, Peggy. Oh my god. Okay, great. Now I got lost. I gotta find where I am. Okay, I stole this from the lab when I escaped it. This is a special potion. It'll help us now, he explained. What does it do? John... This is John instead of Jerome. This is John instead of Jerome. John asked and looked at the bottle curiously. When two people drink this, they trade bodies. So, if you and a woman drink this, you become a woman, and we could sex and you would have my babies. Jerome looked so happy. It can't even be imagined. And he jumped up and down because he was so excited and said, so all we need to do is find a woman? Jerome smiled and said, yeah. And Jerome said happily, there's a village around here. There's There's lots of women there. Let's make one of them drink it, and then I drink it, and I become a woman. Kaibutso smiled. That's a great idea, my love. And they kissed again, and then they started walking towards the village. In the village, they found a woman. It was Daisuke's mom. They thought she was good enough. So Kaibutso jumped out of the bushes with the bottle of the potion right in front of her. Hey, lady, you want a drink? He asked Daisuke's mom. Of course, thank you, young man. She said, Imagine just living your normal day. This fucking buff man with a dog's head just jumps out and says, here, drink this suspicious looking potion. Oh my god. Of course, thank you, young man, she said and drank from the bottle, but she didn't know that Jerome had drank it from before. She realized something was wrong and she said, oh no, but then there was a poof and now she was Jerome in Daisuke's mom's body. Did it work? Kaibutso asked, and Jerome, as Daisuke's mom, smiled and said yes, and they could hear some barking as Daisuke's mom, who was now Jerome, was confused and ran away to the woods because she was confused about suddenly being a male dog. Kaibutso smiled at Jerome and said, now we can make babies, my love. And he kissed him and picked him up and carried him to a cave in the forest. And they had more sex than anybody in the world had ever had sex before. There was so much sex that Jerome became pregnant at least 5 times. I can't tell if this is better or worse than the Sirisoon one. 42 months later. It took that long because Jerome got pregnant 5 times because of all the sex. Jerome gave birth to 10 babies. They were all furry humans with dog heads like Kaibutso. 9 were boys and 1 was a girl. You did well, my love, Kaibutso said and kissed Jerome while he gave milk to all the babies. Wait, what? Oh, okay, so Jerome has titties. I forgot that. Thank you, my love, Jerome said and kissed him back. Now we need to name all of our babies, he added. Kaibutso thought for a moment, and then he said, I got an idea. Then he started picking up the babies and said, this is P1, this is P2, this is P3, and this is P4 Junior, this is P5, this is P6, this is P7, this is P8, and this is P9. Then he picked up the girl and said, and this is Ko-John after your dad. Well, what? Okay. Unlike to boys, Ko-John was all white because she was special. Those are great names, Jerome said and cried some happy tears. Then he and Kaibutso kissed and they lived happily ever after, looking after their great children and having lots of sex. And don't worry about Daisuke's mom. She got used to being a dog after some time. She also found out that she's a Lebanese and married Lydia. And they had almost as many babies as Jerome and Kaibutso. And she was very happy too. What the fuck did I just read?